Lurking in the depths of lakes and rivers, creatures of the night and genetic freaks challenge everything we know about the natural world. Prepare to be chilled as we dive into 10 river horrors so bizarre, they'll leave you sleeping with the lights on. First up, we're heading to the beautiful Lake Tahoe, usually known for its stunning views and crystal-clear water, but beneath the surface, something lurks, something big. One sunny day, a boater was cruising along when he spotted a huge, scaly head poking out of the waves. Beady eyes stared right back at him, and then whoosh! The creature dove down, sending up massive waves. It was enormous. The guy, half curious, half scared out of his wits, shouted at the beast. And guess what? It popped back up, looked right at the camera, and then disappeared into the dark depths. Was it some kind of prehistoric monster, left over from a time before humans? Or just a really big fish playing tricks? One thing's for sure, it'll make you think twice before taking a dip in Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe might have its secrets, but sometimes the past comes back to haunt us in a more literal way. Down in Argentina, a farmer named Rodrigo was just minding his own business, strolling along a dry riverbed, when he saw something weird. Big bumpy things sticking out of the ground. Curious, he started digging. What he found would have made his jaw drop. It was the shell of a creature bigger than his car. Turns out he'd stumbled upon not one, but several fossilized glyptodons, ancient beasts that looked like armadillos on steroids. They were huge, with armor plating that could rival a tank. Imagine seeing those things roaming around thousands of years ago. They were probably harmless plant eaters, but with those claws, they could definitely hold their own against predators. From long-dead monsters to living ones that might be just as ancient. Some rivers aren't just home to fish and turtles. In China's mighty Yangtze River, fishermen tell tales of something far more sinister lurking beneath the waves. These guys were just wrapping up a day's work when they saw it, a huge shadow moving in the water. At first, they thought it was a shark, but then the creature got closer. Sharp, jagged teeth, eyes glowing like a cat's. It wasn't any fish they'd ever seen. It was massive, with rough skin and a body that slithered through the water with an unnatural grace. The fishermen, seasoned veterans of the river, knew they were outmatched. They backed off, leaving the creature to its murky domain. What was it? Some think it might be a surviving prehistoric creature, a relic from an era when the world was a wilder place. Others believe it's just a giant catfish, mutated by pollution or something else. Whatever it was, the fisherman's story sends a shiver down your spine. Right in the heart of Memphis, Tennessee, the mighty Mississippi River apparently has a secret. Not just catfish and turtles, but a mermaid. A group of friends were chilling by the river when they spotted something swimming underwater. A human-looking figure with long, flowing hair. But then it surfaced, and the lower half was definitely not human. A shimmering fishtail, powerful and beautiful, flashed in the sunlight. The friends went nuts, grabbing their phones and filming. The mermaid seemed to know she was being watched, putting on a little show before disappearing back into the river. The video blew up online, with folks debating whether it was a real mermaid, a clever hoax, or just a really convincing manatee. Whatever the truth, the Memphis mermaid has sparked imaginations and reminded us that sometimes the most unbelievable stories happen right in our own backyards. From mermaids in the Mississippi to something even stranger in the salty depths. Sometimes the scariest things aren't lurking in the shadows. They're swimming right under our noses. A fisherman in Mexico made a chilling discovery recently while cleaning his catch. Inside the belly of a bigger fish, he found a one-eyed baby. Not a cyclops from Greek myths, but a real-life cyclops fish. Tiny, pale, with a single, giant eye in the middle of its head. It sounds like something from a horror movie, but it's a real genetic mutation, a freak of nature that somehow survived inside its mother for a while. Sadly, the little guy didn't make it long once it was out in the open, but scientists are fascinated. What caused this bizarre birth defect? Is there something strange in the water, or is it just a random roll of the genetic dice? Whatever the answer, this cyclops fish is a reminder that the ocean is full of surprises, some beautiful, some terrifying, and sometimes a little bit of both. The cyclops fish might be an eye-opener, but let's move from tiny oddities to a creature that'll make you rethink your next vacation to Turkey. In the peaceful Lake Van, people have been spotting something huge lurking in the depths. They're calling it the Turkish lake monster, and this isn't some harmless Loch Ness look-alike. Early one morning, a fisherman saw a shadow moving beneath the surface. Not a school of fish, not a dolphin. This thing was massive, maybe 50 feet long. He said it had a snake-like body, a long head, and dark scales that glinted in the sun. It swam fast, causing waves that rocked nearby boats. News spread like wildfire, and soon everyone wanted a glimpse. Scientists came running, hoping to catch it on camera or trap it for study. But the monster is still out there, somewhere in those deep, mysterious waters. Is it a prehistoric survivor, a mutation, or just a really big catfish with a taste for the spotlight? The Lake Van monster is a chilling reminder that even the most familiar places can hide terrifying secrets, and that maybe, just maybe, the legends of sea serpents aren't so far-fetched after all. The Lake Van monster might be a creature of myth, but history's real mysteries often lie just beneath the surface, waiting to be discovered. In India, receding rivers reveal a different kind of treasure, ancient artifacts, whispering stories of lost civilizations. When the water levels drop, the mud and sand become a treasure map. Explorers and locals alike have found arrowheads, bits of pottery, even tools made of stone and bone. These aren't just old junk, they're clues to how people lived thousands of years ago. Think about it. An arrowhead tells a story of hunts and battles, a broken pot might have once held a family's dinner, and a carved stone could have been a sacred object used in ceremonies to appease the gods. Each find is like a puzzle piece, slowly revealing the bigger picture of India's ancient past. It makes you wonder, what other secrets are still waiting to be washed ashore by the next drought or flood? From ancient arrowheads to mummified mysteries, it's clear that the past has a way of shocking us even in the present. Take a trip to Japan, where an ancient temple holds a relic that's both beautiful and unsettling. Tucked away in an old wooden chest, they found a mummified mermaid. This isn't some cheesy carnival sideshow trick, it's the real deal. Or at least, that's what some people believe. It's got the head and torso of a woman, delicate features and long hair, but from the waist down, it's all fishtail, complete with scales. Scientists are puzzled. Is it some kind of clever fake, a taxidermy masterpiece from centuries ago? Or could it be something more? The locals treat it with reverence, saying it's been in that temple since the 1700s. Either way, this mummified mermaid is a strange and beautiful reminder that sometimes the line between myth and reality can be blurry. It makes you wonder what other creatures from folklore might actually be hiding in plain sight. From mummified mermaids to living nightmares, it's clear that the strangest creatures aren't always confined to ancient myths. From swamp monsters to creatures of the deep, the line between natural and unnatural keeps getting blurrier. In Indonesia, a fisherman caught something that would make even the bravest sushi chef lose their appetite: a two-headed fish. This wasn't some mutant monster, though. It was a natural freak of nature, two fish fused together at the belly. Imagine that. Two heads, two sets of eyes, all sharing one body. Did they get along, or were they constantly fighting over who got to eat the worms first? Scientists say it probably happened when the fish were still just eggs, a genetic glitch that somehow let them survive. The fisherman took it to a lab, and the two-headed fish became a local celebrity. It's kind of sad, really, this little guy, born different, living its life as a scientific curiosity, but it's also a reminder that nature is full of surprises, some beautiful, some strange, and sometimes a little bit of both. From prehistoric giants to mutant fish, these river horrors are proof that nature's imagination is wilder than any horror movie. The next time you're near the water, remember, there might be something watching you from below, something we can't explain, something that makes the hairs on your neck stand on end. As always, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe in order to get some more of that history crack.